So can you do a little voice over of what you were thinking it would be as intro music?
Intro music?
Yeah. Do you want me to beatbox while you sing something?
Well, it would just be like instruments.
Well, I can't make a lot of instrument sounds. What instrument were you
We'll
thinking?
just do a beat. Do a beat.
Hey, welcome everybody to Old Town. This is where it's at for everything that you need to know about what's going down in the Old Town. We're sitting here for our first recording with Stacy K from Cato Music Lessons, who is going to be the eternal host of awesomeness.
Yeah.
And my name is Dain Fisher. I am the co-host, because it was Stacy's idea. I'm the co-host that will be with you month to month forever.
And ever.
And we're going to just bring you through all of the things Old Town, what businesses are doing, what's happening, I don't know, maybe politically-ish. Sounds like there's a few topics that are hot right now, so we're going to go through some of that. We go through the types of structures and buildings that are changing, which is always exciting, right? Because, I mean,
Sure.
Like when you drive, everyone wants to, when there's a construction happening, there's a, what's going on in that building?
Sure.
What are we doing in there? And we'll maybe give you a little insight as to at least what we know. Not saying we know everything, but gosh, I feel like I could. Yeah. What do you think, Stace?
Well, and we're also going to get to know the Old Town business owners, right? What they're up to, how they got to what they're doing, and some pretty significant people in Old Town.
Is there significant people
there
in Old Town?
are
Oh,
everywhere.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Everywhere. Artists, musicians,
Are artists and musicians the same thing?
No.
No.
Well, yes and no.
Oh, okay. I just bought a piece of art from the Mogwai Gallery.
Yeah, I love that.
It's really cool. Totally forgot or spaced her name. My bad. But it's a really cool piece of art.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. That's our first squirrel, everybody. So as far as tangents go, you'll probably pick up a few of those, at least from me. Stacy, you're focused.
For the most part. I'm also on cold medicine due to the season.
Yeah?
And
How's
pregnancy.
being pregnant and having a cold at the same time? And where are you at in your pregnancy?
Well,
Not that I have to ask.
Dain.
I thought maybe for everyone else.
By the way, we're married.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Should we have said that?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that full disclosure?
I don't care.
Okay.
Unless,
I don't care either.
I mean.
Well, do you want to, now you can't really retract it and say, never mind, we're not
Well,
married.
it is your baby, so how far along am I?
18 and 3/4 weeks.
Oh, wow. Good job.
And 17 and a quarter hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Since that climactic moment.
Mm-hmm. That was nice. So, so you were talking about Artist of the Month here at Mogwai.
Yeah.
So tell me about that a little bit. What do you know?
Oh, I should actually, if Stephanie, who is the director of Mogwai, would say it better, I'm sure, but she reached out to Twin River and a number of artists individually. And as it turns out, there is a lot of really aspiring and artists that are doing really well in this town. I didn't really fully understand how immersed the community is becoming in the art scene, which I'm obviously super excited for from a cultural perspective. And so we have decided to host one artist per month and have all their works on our walls. And then it's all for sale.
That's awesome.
And so, and it's been fairly successful for those artists. They bring it down and pieces are selling, which is super cool.
It's absolutely cool.
It's cool.
Yeah. This is a great way to let people know what's going on,
Well, that's just like the tip of the iceberg, Stacy.
Really? You know what they say with the tip of the iceberg, usually just when you see the tip, there's a lot more underneath, right? So by you mentioning that, what else is underneath that tip of the iceberg?
Well, more ice.
I know, but That was a metaphor.
What? The tip of the iceberg is a metaphor.
I know, but in regards to...
You just explained the metaphor. Now I don't even know if it is a metaphor.
Sorry, nice sniffle in there.
It's okay.
So what else you got going on? What you been doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
What have you been doing?
I just went grocery shopping. Do we want to talk about the grocery stores in Mankato? I don't think I want to.
Not yet, unless
fully
it's
go there.
Mokel's.
Huh?
Mokel's?
What's that?
You've never been to Mokel's?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh. You got to go try just the experience of, you know what it really reminds me of is just like when we went into Bermuda grocery stores or Belize grocery stores, and it's just like stuff that you've never heard of.
Where is this
ever.
location? I feel like you've told me about this place, and
Well,
so for people who don't know
it's in Old Town,
who we are,
technically.
Dain
Ish, kind of.
has been a part of Mankato for how long?
Well, professionally, I guess it's been like 20 years.
Sure.
But like from a human existence standpoint,
Sure.
I'm 37.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm originally from small town, Sleepy Eye, but then lived in Minneapolis and then moved to Mankato 3 years ago.
I'm starting
So I'm
to feel
still
like
like-
this is a date.
Yeah, so I'm getting to know what Mokel's was. I thought, is that what you just said?
Mokel's.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
I feel like we drove past there and you're like, yes, go there. And,
Yeah.
And then, so
It's great.
Where?
Well, it's kind of on Broad, if you go on Broad Street north, and so down from Turtle Lot,
Yes.
all the way to where it intersects, almost all the way to Madison.
Uh-huh.
So if you're on Broad Street, you got to go on the north side of Madison Avenue, and it's right there.
You know what other place I've never been to is this even open? It's the meat place on Riverfront? International grocery store? Across the street?
I've never been there.
Oh my gosh, we have to do that.
Yeah, we should. Here we are, a host of Old Town. We've never been to a place.
Well,
Maybe we should invite them on soon.
we probably should. What's going on,
Exactly. So, okay. So I would say, what did we all say we were going to cover? What's next, do you think?
To talk about?
Yeah.
Well, what's just happening in Old Town, and this was just an interview to get to know you and I,
Right.
the hosts, in a way.
Yeah. So the idea then is that next month we'll bring on a special guest,
Right.
and they'll have an influence in Old Town, most likely.
Yes.
A fairly substantial, I think you said substantial people or something.
Sure.
Influential people. What did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, pregnancy brain over there. Okay, so we'll bring on a guest, and they'll talk about their business. They'll talk about, or maybe just how they're involved in Old Town and kind of what's next. I think what I would really like to do at some point is start from the past, because when I was introduced to Old Town, like for real, and got excited about it, it was 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, I started really trying to invest in Old Town and making things come back, because we had a lot of vacancy, and the stores that weren't vacant were like, no knock on antique stores, but I mean, it was like, just not a real vibrant situation. Yeah. Good noise.
Right?
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Just like that. Maybe if there was a sound of tumbleweed or some leaves or something.
But things are happening now. Like
Yeah.
in my generation, our generation, you're not that much older than me.
I did get lucky though.
This is like, in my opinion, the neighborhoods that I like to hang out in.
You are attracted to this vibe.
In any city it has authentic happenings. I don't go to another city and be like, where's Target? I just want to go hang out in Target. Although I do enjoy an occasional Target stroll.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, it's really like, I agree with you 100%. It's all, for me, it's like getting to know people who are really passionate about something.
It's like the heartbeat of the city.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And even just the scenery is nice. The older buildings,
Yes.
the alleyways, and the unique tagging of different artists doing their street work, and that's the kind of stuff I like too.
Absolutely.
So with that, I think maybe next week or next month or in the next episode, I would love to talk a little bit and get some weigh in on this riverfront expansion, revitalization, possibilities of the road changing, which I know is a good time to maybe mention like the people who are involved in this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason I say that is because I think Bolton and Mink did all of the surveying for the new construction on the riverfront thoroughfare. So that's pretty cool. So Bolton and Mink, we're in the Bolton and Mink studio right now.
Woo woo.
Yep.
It's very nice.
Beautiful. And I'm comfortable and I'm excited that they make this space available for us to talk about Old Town.
Yeah.
And I am really comfortable. And this is, I think, all brand new equipment. So that's pretty neat too.
If I could smell, I'd probably be able to like really smell the newness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It won't smell as new when we're done.
With the coffee breath.
Yeah. But it's really state of the art in here.
Okay, so you said that. So like we think about what's happening in Old Town. So there's some controversy about the road. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One is on one side of the fence, it's we want to keep it fast so people can go from A to B without waiting for crosswalks and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then we have the other side where it's like the pedestrians would like to walk safely and the businesses would like more people walking.
I think you nailed it.
Right?
I mean, it's really on one side safety and walkability.
And then the other is convenience.
And the other is convenience and
travel.
And I think that congestion is a concern for the commuters.
And it's kind of a major controversy because it's just really one-sided opinions, 100%.
It pretty much is.
You know?
I want to believe that I'm fairly neutral. Mm-hmm. Like I get it.
Did I just hear your stomach?
Through the microphone?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I even burped a little.
Oh, cool. Well, I know where I stand on it, but I guess we can talk about it next time. You know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I think we should have a city official. Like, I'm going to call out Mark Kahns right now on this one, and I'm going to say, Mark, can you come down? We have a meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Here at the building. We're in the Hubbard building, by the way.
Yes.
And this building has become kind of a central spot or location for Old Town for businesses and resources. Mm-hmm. SPDC's in here, MSU, the CIE, Strategic Partnership. Do you hear that? Like, I don't know if I'm hungry or just maybe I had too much coffee.
Huh, okay.
Anyway, that's okay. It's slightly distracting. But yeah, so I think it would be good to have a way in so that we're not just talking about stuff we don't really know about. But I believe that is going to be
But I mean, we're like the common people because nobody else even knows what's going on either. So it's just a bunch of like bobbleheads of us being like, I don't know. I just don't want the road to be blah, blah.
Do you think that the idea of like a happy medium is good? There's also been talk about turning the alleys inside out. So basically all the walkability would happen in the alleys on each side of the road and we'd leave riverfront 4-lane.
Oh, I see.
What do you think about that? Turning all the storefronts the other direction, which would be a huge involvement by all of the business owners then versus more of a municipality involvement.
I would say that a lot of people already have to use the back alleyway because of the dangers of the road. But at least for me, as far as knowing the people who own the stores, that way, for people who do want to use the front. And honestly, I have a fear having a young child of her running off into traffic and being hit by someone going 40 miles an hour. There's just...
But would it make any difference if they were going 30 miles an hour in bump out, where there's bump outs?
I just think when that people are walking, you're not going to drive. I mean, there's been times too, multiple times with me turning either left or right, almost getting rear-ended by someone behind me who's flying like crazy. And then he literally had to go into the other lane and then just honked his horn and was like, ha-ha. I'm like, what the heck?
Yep. I've actually had that happen multiple times too.
Mm-hmm. It's like, this isn't even a freeway, like chill out people or go a different direction. And honestly, my last thing is if you need to get somewhere quickly, then take a faster road because Riverfront isn't like a byway or a freeway. It's literally a city street, right?
Well, technically it's a county thoroughfare, but yeah. It's a county road that runs through a city.
Well, whatever.
So it's a city street, county road thing.
Okay.
I don't know. Does that make any sense though? But what you're saying is what I was going to say too. I agree. There is an opportunity to take highway.
Well, and then my other question was, where are you trying to go to so quickly between where and where? Like, are you quickly trying to get to
Napa?
I don't know. But if you think
CNS is pretty big hot.
Yeah, well, that's up on top. Like, that's fine. Cruise away. And plus they have those like middle turning lanes up there.
Well, I don't begin to know about traffic flow other than that's where Madison Avenue ends.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, if you're on top of the hill and you're coming from Madison, like, where are you going that you need to be driving super fast? Like, are you quickly driving to Hy-Vee? Are you quickly driving to Olives? Are you driving super fast so you make it all the way to Dairy Queen? Like, what's happening?
I don't know.
You know?
No, I don't know.
So
I don't know the answers to that at all.
it's like, and you know what? If you speed or if you don't speed, you're kind of going to get there at the same time. So just chill and enjoy the moment. A little zen.
You think Zen is where it's at?
Zen out. It's all good, people. Just like, let's not run over the little children.
Plus, I think statistically, Mankato has the fastest commutes in like the state for the size of town that it is.
Yeah.
Per capita, this thing is
there
like
literally
it's
is
like
no
5 minutes from anywhere to anywhere.
There's no traffic. Like, live in a big city, and then you'll come here and be like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, Little House on the Prairie.
Sure.
I don't know what my noise is.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Backwards B
The backwards B?
on the hub
Yeah.
sign.
Mm-hmm.
So what you gonna do this summer, spring, summer?
Oh. Well,
Another controversy. I guess this is gonna be episode 1 controversy.
Well, I think it's just important to touch on all the things that people are talking about. And then this helps build our guest list too. We have like a few guests lined up, but I think maybe this is a way so the Hub Food Park is a place where food trucks can come and they pay rent, they come, and then hungry people come and eat the food. Mm-hmm. And we have usually music or, something going on in the
entertainment
in the yard.
some.
So it's a green space and there's that kind of thing. So it's kind of there's outdoor furniture and it's right on Riverfront Drive. Well, I put a sign out or a monument-ish kind of thing that says 3 letters, HUB.
Hub.
And it's spread out over the whole lot in the front in different colors. And it's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. So it was more of an artistic approach than just a sign that I had like Sign Pro or whoever make a sign that just says Hub Food Park.
Yeah.
And then like hangs out over the sidewalk. We did something a little different. And it was an artistic approach, like I said. Mm-hmm. So I had a guy custom make these letters, and they're like 4.5 or 5 feet tall. Mm-hmm. And
like the size of
super heavy, by the way, which I'm not sure how the B ends up in Riverfront Drive all the time.
Yeah.
But I put the B in backwards because I think it was just an expression of something different than just exactly what everyone would expect. That's the only reason I did it. Was just like, well, let's just try something different. Mm-hmm. So I put the B in backwards, and then I kind of realized after the fact that realistically everything is backwards, or it could be forward, but we don't know. Because an H, you can flip that either way, and it's an H. You can take a U and flip it either way, and it's a U. The B is the only thing that doesn't work both ways, but it does, sort of.
For some.
And then I really liked that the other side says "buh" then. Buh.
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 Mm-hmm. Hubba together.
Yeah, hubba.
Hubba.
And you read it front to back, back to front.
Right.
It could be hubba. Mm-hmm. So that was fun. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons why it's just sort of fun. So I put the B in backwards, right? And you had, like you said, 50-50. It was like half the people were like, that's cool, it's unique, and it's fun. And then the other half were like, I can't handle it. Like, I don't want it.
Like,
why is the B
backwards?
backwards?
I can't handle this so hard that I'm going to go and
dig it out of the ground. And I had it bolted down. People have unbolted, taken tools.
Right.
Taken the lock nuts off.
Right.
And thrown it in the street. which is surprising, you know.
Maybe they just really don't like to eat outside during the summer.
Maybe.
It's like angry.
But you know what I'd really like is if they had, you know, if they could just come and hang out on the podcast, talk about it. Maybe that would relieve their feelings about it.
Sure.
So anyone that's out there that's vandalizing private property, just come on the podcast and we'll talk about it. And then maybe you won't have to do that.
So my question is, do you know yet, once you like lock it down?
Oh, it's going to go not to be weird or for any reason other than I just don't want these weren't cheap.
Yeah.
So I don't want them getting
continuously vandalized.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a bummer. So I'm going to put in like a footing of concrete with a bolt in the concrete that then I will put a serious weld situation and they will not be moving anymore. Unless you
which way are you going to
get a sawzall and a torch out.
Which way are you going to put the B?
I'm going to keep it backwards. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
If it really bothers somebody, we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's what with this. You know, I think in Old Town, I'm hoping that that's the general vibe anyway. Is it something that we want to, the Old Town business owners, I feel like, are pretty open to anything, ideas or changes or keeping things the same. You know, it's all about a conversation. I feel like with this group that we associate with, I mean, are you open? You're a part of Old Town. You have your business. What's your business called?
Oh, Cato Music Lessons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be, if I came to you and I said, hey, how would you like to put a mural on the side of your building?
I say, yes, please.
Yeah. Or if I said, what about, is there any possibility you would like to have bump outs and crosswalks and I mean, would you come to those meetings and be there? You already have been. But
yeah.
that's the kind of everyone's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that culture. I want to embrace it and build on it.
Yes.
So.
Well, it's kind of like an arts district in a way.
Yeah.
Is it called that already? Or not in Old Town?
No, it's an opportunity zone, which I can get into later.
Oh, okay.
Maybe on another one we'll have.
How long are we doing these podcasts for?
Are we deciding that on the podcast?
I don't know.
I suppose.
Some are long.
Yeah, I think about 25 to 35 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Each time. Does that seem good? How much time are we at, Tony?
We're at 22 minutes.
22 minutes.
22 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this feels about right, Like we can pick up.
Okay, well, before you're like, I'm done and I have to go.
No, I'm not.
Skip away.
I have a couple other things I want to.
Oh, you do?
Say, yeah. But you should say stuff.
Well, I was just curious, what else, what do we have to look forward to as far as, okay, so, it's going to start raining literally tomorrow and all the snow is going to magically disappear and then it's going to be spring, just like that, right? And, this is why I'm telling myself to make it through. What do you know? Because you are literally in Old Town every day and sometimes night and sometimes overnight. What's
Are you going to talk about the shower I'm putting in? No.
No.
Okay.
But Dain is such a diehard worker that he's putting in a shower in the Hubbard building so he can.
I mean, you got to look fresh.
Yeah.
And feel it. I think it's more about feeling, actually.
Probably. Or, come home and sleep in your own bed and then take a shower in the morning and go back to work.
Oh, yeah. No, I that's my favorite. It's not like I'm choosing. It's more of a necessity.
Well, my question is, when is the Hub food park opening?
May 1st.
Okay. What else happens on May 1st?
Your birthday.
Good job. It's also May Day.
It is May Day.
Mm-hmm.
Do people do May baskets anymore? Maybe that would be a fun thing to do in Old Town, yeah?
Could be. May
Should
Day.
we have
some people do May Day parade. It's like a pagan holiday as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Dress up and I don't know.
Are you going to do that?
I should wear a Mayflower crown situation.
Yeah, you'd look beautiful.
Oh,
you do
so
anyway,
nice.
but I'm just saying.
Okay, cool.
I think that sounds good. So then the park would open. Last year, we tried opening May 1st, but it snowed a foot on April 26th or 7th, and it was still super snow packed on May 1st. So it could happen again this year. I don't know. But we shoot for May 1st every year, and then we go through the October 31st. So through Halloween. So it's May Day to Halloween.
Okay.
And I hope this year it looks like there's more events, which I like those.
Yeah.
Last year was cool. We did some stuff, and it was more just like a repetitive, this truck will be here on this day and this truck will be here on this. But this year sounds more obscure or whatever. What am I trying to get? Like a variety.
Versatile?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's a variety of different trucks and things that are happening. Plus there's just more trucks online too, which is good.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
What else? You have a stack of things right there. What's going on?
Well, I just wanted to mention that there's the Hubbard building in general, like I talked about a little bit, referred to before, is sort of being this central place for resources and businesses to get resources. And so we're calling it an innovation center. And I think it's the concept behind an innovation center is that people generally collaborate a lot, and there's plenty of networking, and then there's ways to do things differently or more efficiently that disrupt a market. So we would like that to continue to happen here. And I know that's like a really summarized short version of what that is, but I could do an entire 25-minute session on a part of what innovation is.
Sure, because I was just going to ask, like, what does innovation mean to you?
I think that pretty much, in summary, what I just said.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's a network of people collaborating to disrupt a market and do things slightly differently.
What do you mean by disrupt?
Well, you're going to change the way things are done.
Okay. For the better.
Yeah. Of course. Or to make, to improve the value within that market. So if that's, it can be anything from technology, improving technology. All of the cell phone has been one of the most innovative things that has ever happened, right?
Okay.
Because it keeps evolving and evolving and evolving.
Forever and always.
Everyone always wants to get the newest phone.
You got to update that plugin.
That's innovation right there. Okay, that's like technology innovation, nonstop. But there's innovation in huge amounts of innovation in ag and in corporate business, and even in there's not very much innovation in politics, but
well, I'll fix it if it's not broken.
yeah. But politically, that has to evolve, and that could be innovation. It doesn't have to be like a physical thing. It can be a way of thinking.
Music.
Sure.
I mean, music does it all the time.
Music is absolutely
It's very collaborative.
and also provokes innovative thought process.
Change.
For sure.
Yeah.
That can get you inspired, right? So that's probably the other, like a big part of innovation is feeling inspired
Sure.
to do something.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's kind of what we're trying to do in this. Well, it is exactly what we're trying to do in this building is, and we're starting. It's really happening. There's a lot of success stories of things being done in an innovative way that have changed some parts of how we do things in business and other, and in other ways. So I really like this 3D printer, John Rupert, we have in at Cubic 3D. He's a member of Mogwai, which is a co-working space we have in the building. And, he's constantly trying to think outside the box of what would change, what would help people evolve into what they need to do for their business. So one of the things he does is he makes retrofit parts that would just be for a trial period. So it'd just be like, before you spend all the money on developing something, a new type of gear ratio or something for a machine that you're going to use, he would print you a prototype out of plastic, and you would get to understand how that actually works before you invest millions of dollars in your plant.
Yeah, and then he goes all the way from that to, I think Nora, our daughter, plays with a little boat that was 3D printed in the tub.
Oh, so there you go. So he 3D printed a baby toy.
Yeah, well, I think he just did, and it became a baby toy.
Oh, okay. Well, either way.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
And he also did my Cato Music Lessons sign.
Yeah, and the directory for this building and all of the bathroom signs.
I noticed that today.
Everything.
Super cool.
We're 3D printing like crazy around here. So then the other thing I was just going to say is that MSU is super involved in what they do and participate in down here. They have several classes that are held here for the College of Business. So they have the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. And that is a space where students can not only work on projects together, but they can also interact with private business. And so then strategic partnership, which is on the main level, a different part of the building, kind of ties into that in generating interest from the private sector to introduce it to the public sector, which would then kind of mash together a huge amount of resources from a student body.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of this, like, from a person that's like more on my side of the tracks, like, could I get involved with something like that? You know, like, it just seems very, like you have to be in with some kind of something.
No, you just walk in. You just walk in the door, and you literally can meet with SBDC if you have an idea.
Sure.
And then they can get you in touch with the people at MSU.
Yeah.
Who will then could provide resources for your idea to come to fruition.
Okay.
So you kind of have to take it from step 1 to step 2.
Right.
Which step 1 is I have an idea and I need to find some resources.
Got it.
If you're able to do that, then step 2, 3, and 4 are the evolution of how to progress a business.
And this building kind of caters to that.
So it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it does.
I see.
So if you were going to start a business, it would be a great place to come and check the resources that you might have. Financing, accounting, all the
legal things that, at least for me,
all of those things, and they're all free. They're all free.
What?
Everything here it's all free unless there's specific things that are above and beyond. So then the last thing that I was just going to say about MSU and what they've done is they've provided a connection service, which is a bus service in partnership with the city of Mankato that has a bus that goes from campus to the Hubbard building into Old Town.
Cool.
So then not only to bring them here at the Hubbard building, but also to go, you could take the bus from there and come down here and go shopping.
Nice.
Go to Mom and Pop's, go to Salvage Sisters, go to Nicollet Bike. All of those different things. Midtown, when they open their brewery, which will now be Minohana? Minohana.
We'll get it.
No. Oh, great.
We're sorry.
Oh, geez. Oh, darn it.
I
just haven't said it in a while.
We'll have them on and accept the record.
We'll bring them on.
Wooden Spoon.
Yep.
I enjoy that name because it reminds me of
Bumbaloo.
Doesn't remind me of Bumbaloo, but it reminds me of my childhood when my mom would threaten the wooden spoon.
Did she ever follow through?
Yes.
You got the wooden spoon?
I did. It also one time was broken over the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yep. I was carving my name.
See, and you turned out pretty good.
I was.
I feel like sometimes I wonder if we should be able to beat our kids a little bit.
I think threatening is
That's all?
Scary enough.
That's enough?
And a little whack here and there.
Yeah.
You get it once, you'll never do it again. Like I was just saying, I was carving my name into my mom's table that her father made for her.
Oh,
I wasn't carving my name. I was trying to carve my older sister's name. But you
were setting her up?
I was trying to.
Oh,
but then I put, with the letter E as the 3 things across. And I think mine was like E with like 8 E stems coming out. Stephanie. Anyway. Yeah.
So that didn't end well.
The wooden spoon came out and
So, but even with that story being said, you feel favorably about the name.
Yeah, I do. I like it.
Okay, good. Well, see, I think anyway, that's maybe another conversation. So I think that's probably good for today-ish. Unless you want to hit on anything else about what it would be kind of nice to hear from other people. So if you have made it this far and you're all the way to the end and you have some ideas that you'd like to hear about on the Old Town sessions,
the
sessions of Old Town, We would love to find out what everyone wants, and we'll try to grab it and go with it. We'll find some topics that you guys want to hear, not just us making up stuff as we go.
This was totally planned.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah, we're going to get to know the people of Old Town. That's what's going on and what's happening in the controversy of paved roads.
We're trying to raise a little bit more money for the silo to get painted.
Yeah.
There's other mural projects that everyone's working on.
Love it.
Getting more art in this area. The opportunity zone is another one that I'd like to touch on sometime, and that's just basically tax incentives for businesses to. Now
you said opportunity zone twice. Is this like a real thing?
Yeah, it's a government. It's a state. It's a federal grant opportunity
zone.
Yeah, that's not a grant. I'm sorry. It's the ability to purchase or increase a business's equity without paying taxes on the income it produces over a certain period of time. So it works really well for if you were to sell your business, it could make your business more saleable and more attractive from a price standpoint. So that your value may be greater if you're in an opportunity zone, which it just stimulates more activity in an area. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. There's more to it than that, and that's where we could invite in like a financial guru.
Sure.
Who can actually talk about and bore us all with tax law.
I will just ask all the layman questions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Okay. I think that's
like, so can we paint the building and make it look cooler or not, or what's going on?
Another good one would be having the coordinator for all the music that happens at Riverfront Park, Eric Jones.
Yeah.
So I'm calling out him. I've called out a couple people today.
Right on.
So we'll keep it fresh. We'll keep it real here in Old Town Sessions. And let's, should we end with, what do you want to end with? Stacy, that's on you. Namaste. Do you want to do our dinner prayer? What do you think?
No. I say, hey, we'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. What up? Goodbye. Namaste.
Keep it real.
Keep it real.
Live in the moment.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Take care. Until next time.
Wash your hands. Don't get sick.